So, how have you found today? Been fun?
Yep,
Yeah.
really fun.
Better than being in class?
Yes,
Yeah,
way
a lot.
better.
A lot.
Definitely. Well, you've had a go at the VR. How did you find that?
Well, it was a bit good, just a few problems.
What were the problems?
Well, one of the VRs, when it was on me, it was blurry a lot. And I figured out that it was just a bit too tight, so I had to loosen it. And after that, I found that I wasn't on the same server as everyone.
Oh. Well, that's probably just...
And it said open this like box thing with a circle, and I kept pressing it. It's like, and
That's probably-
it wouldn't open.
That was probably just a coincidence.
Coincidence.
So, have you learned anything new today about how your school's saving energy and what it's doing to look after the planet?
I mean, I never actually knew how much power we get from our solar panels, because our best was 78.7% PV/solar panels, and the grid/the bad stuff that we need to pay releases fossil fuels was 21.3%.
What? Well, that's just a lot reduced, isn't it?
A lot.
And I didn't know today that our solar panels powered our electric pumps outside, which I think is impressive.
Very impressive. That's brilliant. So why do you think it's important for schools and the rest of us to care about the environment?
Because, I mean, isn't school about building futures? I mean, sometimes you can get through the odd twist or turn, but it's about building your future. And if, let's say, which I hope will never happen, 2032, and where the world's just smoke coming up everywhere, people wouldn't know how to do it, and you just get lots of people sleeping in cars, because the amount of things released that will emit, you will blow out carbon dioxide, and eventually, because there won't be any schools left because of all the smoke, it's near factories and everything.
All schools have to be evacuated, otherwise the children... I've heard of a girl in London who died because of fossil fuels, which is sad.
And then you'll get everyone crammed together, and then you'll keep breathing carbon, which will make the teacher and you feel a bit woozy, like sleepy.
And we don't want that in class.
No, and especially with cars, there was this little girl, poor her.
Yeah.
She died of fossil fuels by a car. She got asthma from it, and then
That's before she died.
yeah, she got
Then-
smoke.
Yeah, then her hair came off because of all the hospital stuff I have to put in it, and it was just sad. I think we heard it in assembly,
Yeah.
to be mindful of all our cars and
Uses.
everything. They're trying to encourage us to buy electric cars, but they cost so expensive, so there's not much we can do
It's not just
about
that.
cars.
With electric cars, my dad said this to me. You'll never see them coming because they run on electricity. Usually on a manual, it would be. Sorry, not my best impression, but an electric one you can't hear it, but inside it will go.
You can only hear a little buzz,
Yeah,
but that is
And
more
then-
environmentally friendly.
and this won't happen.
Then you get
Sorry.
knocked out, which is a bit sad.
Oh, better yet, a hip replacement wait for it
Yes.
to happen.
So you mentioned before about you get a bit drowsy in class sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think it is because all these carbon dioxide, like all the kids probably think, why am I in this class if all these carbon dioxides? They might just think, breathe this in when something might happen to me. They might begin to doze off, so they think they're not breathing in all this air. So they think it's better for them. Which, yeah, so that
So why
could...
do you think fresh air is so important for learning?
Because fresh air gives oxygen, and we were talking about this in class where we have these little experiment thingies.
Yes, then.
And what they do is they not only took a picture of our school to show us every place. I mean, it was kind of miraculous on this VR. And but they also check our carbon dioxide rate, our temperature, how wide the wall is, so Plymouth Cast don't have to do half the work, come here, just, no offence, but they said this, come in and then take half the room. So it's easier for all of us.
To do it online, so we don't have to disturb us in learning.
Yes.
What I said.
So we did an experiment where weren't we running in a circle around
Yes,
and we
we
got
were.
2 MPs breathing over it too. Everyone was, and I think the rate went up by 1,000, didn't it?
Yes.
1,000. From 3349 to 5011, sorry. It was a lot.
So what did you do then to bring it back down to a more comfortable level?
Well, I opened the doors to release the humidity and
windows.
yeah. And as you can see, there's condensation on there. And that gets from carbon, a lot of it.
Brilliant. So last question then. If you were in charge of making your school more eco-friendly, what's one rule you'd make for everyone, especially your teachers?
I would, if obviously not every teacher can do that. If you live like in walking distance to school, but you're just not bothered to walk because it's better exercise. B, you use less fossil fuels, and C, that fossil fuels is when you drive to school, that's at least making a ton. And like if every teacher drive to school, it could be like, how much teachers in the school? Like 40 tons of carbon dioxide that could have been released just by walking to school, which I think every teacher should do if they have the chance to.
So if we,
Make every teacher walk to school, even in the rain and the snow.
yeah,
If they,
That's a brilliant idea.
because if we have like, let's say 30 teachers and 600 children, all in cars.
that'd be like,
If you times 6 by 3, it's 18.
that's like 1,800 tons of carbon dioxide.
I think it's 180,000 tons. That's how much you can release. And what we're trying to do
just
is
by
lower
one
it.
school day. One school day.
Well-
And imagine how much, like there's 23 schools in like this area. That would be like, I can't think of that multiplication. It's just so much.
It's a huge amount, isn't it? And imagine all those cars stuck in traffic jams as well.
Yeah, there's where I live, you know, Hammerby, the Twin Sails Bridge is closed, so everybody goes across that bridge. It gets really busy there, and it's just all going above Hammerby, which I think is loads of animals live there, and I think it's just sad for all that carbon dioxide. And we've got the docks there as well, which can make our sea a bit. Not saying you get rid of the docks, because it is quite useful. Just don't, when you leave, turn everything off. And there's something else.
What about rules then? If you were to make some rules for everybody, for yourselves and the teachers to follow in the school, what would those rules be?
Well,
You've got some rules already because you've got all your red, green, and amber light switches and things. Were there any other rules that you haven't got yet that you think you should have?
yes. We have this dog called Wilma, and we had these other 2 dogs,
There was Monty and Toby.
Toby.
But Monty sadly died in 2022, I think.
And then, did Toby die? Or
I think Toby's not. I think Toby's really old. So he
yeah.
doesn't come to school anymore.
But we have Wilma. She's a really small black Labrador, bless her heart. And speaking of dogs, I learnt that when dogs are in a car, because of the heat and all the fossil fuel you're doing, it will kill your dog. So if you have a dog, I mean, this might be a bit scary, but try not to kill them, because
I hope nobody watches YouTube these days.
No.
It's a good rule to follow.
Yeah.
So have you got any rules in the school then that you'd like to, apart from trying not to kill the dog? Are there any other rules that you think would help sustainability?
Oh yeah, maybe, because really we have a vegetarian option and a normal option.
There's more vegetarian options than we used to have.
Yeah, and everyone used to choose vegetarian because they thought it was good. And then now they have these veggie hot dogs and
They have
everything.
pizzas, which are really nice.
And now they choose normal over vegetarian. So we hope to encourage teachers to use as much soya as they can, because to be honest, soya is an infinite source. And I've been thinking when I was about 10, and I still am 10, that when the world's going to end, of course it is, because it says the sun's going to explode, but we'll have technology by then.
We have technology now.
I know, but at least we'll have bulletproof things to add
There
on
still are bulletproof things.
sunproof, but anyway, so when it ends, I told my mum that if the sun, because it gets hotter every year, if it dries up the sea, we won't have any water, but we'll still rely on the mountains. But if there's no more mountains because it all dries up, then we'll have no water.
They will have no rain because then plants will begin to die. And some plants like cabbage and pumpkins and aubergines, all those, we can't eat them anymore. They've all died down with no water, and they're all like the junk food that some of us eat.
Yeah.
There'll be nothing to make that, like all the sugar cane or everything will be
Where the
gone.
animals gone.
Yeah, all the animals, all the meat, the beef, the prawns, all the sea animals will go.
Basically, all of that would be treated. Let's say if you brought, what if we say an LED bed to the Stone Age? In then, that'll be worth.
We can't travel back in time.
I know we can't, but that'll be worth about $1 billion. Same with water or any resources in farther future. If you still have water, then people would just give you so much money. Eventually, you will run out of the water, which you will die, and then the rich people, because they're drinking lots and lots, they will run out of their water, looking into world end.
This is like the most dramatic YouTube video ever. Your dogs will die, the world will end, the sun will explode. What's going on? Like we're going back in time with LED lights.
Let's make it
what's
more
going
dramatic.
on?
I fell down the
just now.
stairs.
Oh yeah.